Today's a special episode as I talk about one of my favorite series ever, Gintama. I thought about reviewing manga along with the comic books every now and then just to make things fresh. Gintama wasn't my first choice, but when I saw it on the local store shelves, I took it as a sign from God himself to review it. In the summer, leading up to my first year of high school, I was only just recently getting into anime. I discovered a show called Gintama on a little site called Kiss Anime and thought the main characters looked cool, so I checked it out. I was used to the typical battle anime, where the main character has to get stronger and stronger to beat their opponent. I wasn't prepared for the outright craziness that the series had. I binged the entire 220 plus episode run that summer, and I don't regret it. Where do I even begin with this series? I should start by mentioning that this is a gag manga first and foremost, meaning comedy is at the front and center. Characters will get injured and bleed throughout the series for the sake of comedy. It's crazy slapstick humor that happens at the most random of moments and is very well timed. It can also be very raunchy. Characters don't swear every few seconds, but every now and then, they will lean towards more crass and adult humor, and thankfully, the series lends itself to that quite well. I know what you're thinking. We all wish we had a Neo Armstrong Cyclone Jet Armstrong cannon as powerful as that. Gaze upon it with all your might. Gaze upon its length, its girth. The setting is also very unique. It's set in the Edo period of Japan, a time where, in real life, samurai roamed the land of the rising sun. In the world of Gintama though, it's very crazy. Aliens known as the Amanto have come down to Japan and have taken it over and banned samurais entirely. The only people legally allowed to carry swords are the Shinsengumi, who are the official police of the Amanto. Again, this sounds cool, but even the Shinsengumi is filled with a bunch of jokers and clowns, some of whom even want to murder each other. The book follows the adventures of three characters. Gintaki, a samurai with the most iconic perm in all of fiction, his right-hand man Shinpachi, who has been dragged along against his will, and Kagura, an alien princess who loves seaweed, has an adorable dog, and is easily the strongest character in the series. Together they form Yorozuya, a small company made to help people with various tasks per the request. The tasks themselves range from small jobs like fixing a house to big-time jobs like rescuing someone's daughter from a criminal empire. On their own, they're some of my favorite characters I've come across, not just in shonen jump manga, but from manga in general. Their chemistry is off the chain and chaotic as fuck, and it never gets tiring. It's like a small, weird family. Gintaki's the dad who seems irresponsible but gets shit done, Shinpachi is the no-nonsense mom who just wants things to be normal, and Kagura's the kid who just wants to have fun and cause chaos. There's also an abundance of great side characters as well. A few issues in, we meet Katsura, leader of a rebellion group known as the Joy Shishi and a fellow friend of Gintaki. It's through him we learn about their past together as samurai and how deep their friendship goes. Gintaki's backstory gets really interesting further into the series once we meet another acquaintance of his, but we'll get there another day. We also have members of the Shinsengumi who form their chaotic trio similar to the Yorozuya crew. First we have Hijikata, the mayonnaise-loving badass who is great with a sword. Then there's Okita, who is Hijikata's right-hand man and likes to do anything he can to annoy him, including casual murder. Finally, there's a gorilla, Kondo, the leader of the Shinsengumi and a very annoying man who will do anything possible to date Shinpachi's sister. By the way, did I say Kagura was the strongest in the series? I said that because I forgot that we had this demon of a woman in the series. This is Otai, Shinpachi's older sister and the one person in the series you do not want to fuck with. Seeing that this is my first manga review, I guess I should also talk about the difference between reading manga and a standard comic book. I've read manga since I was a little kid, so I've become accustomed to reading right to left. It's weird for those who aren't used to it, but not that hard of a concept to grasp. The lack of color doesn't bother me either. While it doesn't enhance the book like other manga series, the art is still good enough to be enticing while also fitting in with the tone of the story. The writing and art is done by Hideaki Sorachi, and both of those qualities shine throughout the series. I'm not going to go too in-depth because not much really happens in the first few issues. The wild nature of the series is present and accounted for, but the issues are mostly spent introducing us to the characters that we'll be spending time with in the future. It's a fantastic manga series well worth checking out. I really hope this video gets others to discover the manga and enjoy it as much as I did. I like talking about this series and I'd love to get more into it with the future arcs. The comedy not only gets better, but the story expands as well, gaining a slightly more serious tone and diving a bit more into the backstories of these characters, especially Gintaki. I look forward to talking about the rest of these books. With that said, I'm Jay Samra. Goodbye, sayonara, alvida, peace!